What's going on, everyone? So, we may have a secret cast hiring that hasn't been revealed yet in Chloe Madison. So, as you see, this was commented on Kevin Williamson's post. I did a whole video about that. But, as you can see here, you have the Chloe Madison experience that says, see you on set. So, does that mean that she is a part of this movie? Is she a cameo? Is she the opening scene kill? Is she maybe the killer? Right? Like, there's got to be something that is, the cause for this, right? So, judging, I'm not familiar with Chloe Madison, if I'm being honest. But she is, she's known for Cabinet of Curiosities, which I have seen The Apprentice in 2024, and then Wingman. When I saw her, I was like, I feel like I've seen her before, but yeah, it was Gen V, and then the Cabinets of Curiosity is where I seen her from. And then she was in American Gods, but I didn't really remember her in that. But she's been in a bunch of other things. She's been, like I said, an episode of Boys. She was in Slasher. The Wild Party, or just kind of little, like, appears mostly like cameo roles and stuff like that, just looking at her IMDb. Look, like I've said, I don't care. Like, Scream has always done a really good job of finding kind of those diamonds in the rough, right? Or just finding those actors and actresses that can play a role. I'm curious, though, like, what does this mean for her, right? If she's in this film and they didn't announce it, I mean, she kind of spilt the beans, which, curious if Spyglass and them are going to be happy about that. I mean, even Kevin Williamson in his post talked about, like, I hope that they'll understand, because we're not supposed to be talking about it. And then you saw all the actresses that were all, or actors and actresses that were all responding and commenting on Kevin Williamson's post, and after a successful day. So to now see an actress that we're not familiar with, pretty exciting, right? Like, it means there's probably several more, which also means, could Mark Kincaid be back, right? Like, one of the big questions have been, where is Patrick Dempsey, right? We haven't gotten a cast. Like, we've gotten everyone else, but we haven't gotten Patrick Dempsey. So it's like, where is Patrick Dempsey? Is he not going to be in this film? Is he going to be on this film? Like, what's going to happen? I'm sure if he starts filming, that'll probably get leaked. That'll probably get out. Right? I don't know if they'll be able to keep that under wraps, but maybe, right? Maybe that'll be kind of like a little surprise to people. But nonetheless, right? It's just that gives me some hope for Patrick Dempsey. That gives me some hope that he'll return, because you already have a character in Chloe who, again, wasn't announced, wasn't official. Like, we didn't get any word that she was going to be in this film, and so now that we have word that she's in this film, which I think is funny, is another Boys and Gen V actress, right? Like, we've had, like, this is what, the third, fourth at this point. So I think it's funny that there's, like, that connection. But nonetheless, right? Like, look, as long as she can play the role, as long as she can play the part, I'm all for it. I am now curious, like, how many more actors and actresses are in this film that we aren't privy to right now? How many more actors and actresses are going to be revealed that maybe we weren't familiar with, we weren't aware of, right? So definitely some excitement there, definitely some just, like, curiosity there, but nonetheless, right, we're starting to film. A couple things want to remember. One, be careful, right? A lot of news and information and leaks and spoilers and all kinds of stuff are going to start hitting the internet. Share it on X and all these, Reddit, and YouTubers are going to talk about it and stuff like that. I won't talk about anything like detrimental, nothing like crazy. But, like little stuff, like things like this, right? Like, I'll definitely talk about something that's not going to spoil for people. If it is something I think is, like, worth talking, keep in mind, I will always give you a heads up, right? Like, if you've seen old videos in the past, like, I always give you a good, like, minute to get out before I start talking about the stuff, because I know not everybody wants to hear that stuff. A lot of people do. A lot of people love it, right? Like, I'm somebody that I don't really mind spoilers, right? Especially if it's something I'm excited for. It's not going to prevent me from watching it. And, like, when it comes to Scream, I mean, if you watched enough of these movies, you kind of know the deal, right? You kind of know how it's going to play out. You kind of know, like, every year there's only, like, a handful of characters that could possibly be Ghostface. So it's just like, you just got to narrow down. You got like a 50% chance of getting at least one of them, right? So, and Scream has not done a good job of keeping it. I mean, Scream 5 literally revealed the killers in the trailer, right? Like, literally both, Richie and Amber, right? So it's just like, even Scream itself has not done a good job of keeping things quiet, keeping things under wraps. And it was funny because they were like, oh, no, it's all just misdirection. It's like, no, it wasn't. Like, we just saw what we saw, right? Like, but I just want people to be cautious and keep things in mind, because not everybody is, mindful. Not everyone is going to give you a heads up. Not everyone is, lots of people are going to talk about spoilers, won't even let you know that it's spoiler, stuff like that. So just, you got to be responsible for yourself. So do your due diligence, but, just keep in mind, because now, scripts and leaks and sets and all that stuff, they're all going to be out in the open now. But regardless, I am excited for Scream, right? And to see Kevin Williamson's reaction and just joy for this upcoming film really gives me just hope and excitement again. I've been very critical of Scream 5 and 6, and I really want Scream 7 to kind of right the ship here. And I just think that, look, we got the creator, right? Like, you literally got the guy that created this and built the characters and flushed it out. And the best Scream movies we've gotten were the ones that he was involved in. So now he's not the writer, he's the director, but I'm sure he had a play in it. I'm sure he had his hand in it. I'm sure he was, relaying information and, oh no, Sydney wouldn't do this, or Gail would do this type thing. So again, it does give me hope and excitement. At the end of the day, I just want good character development. I want good storytelling. Keep Ghostface dark and gritty. I love that. And brutal. I want a well thought out, flushed out story. Give me good characters, good acting, good storytelling, great character development, right? Because that's something I really feel has been lacking in Scream 5 and 6. It's just the character development. I mean, I've said it before. We got 2 films with like the same 4 characters, and we still have no idea who they really are, right? Like, who is Sam as a character? Like, she's a little all over the place. Like, Jenna, Tara, right? Like, who's Tara as a character, right? Like, Chad, who is he, right? Mindy, right? Outside of just being the, obnoxious, like, story, movie buff, right? Like, who is she? Right? Randy had depth to her character. It was well flushed out, thought out. Like, you knew and understand, like, little details, things like that. His obsession with Sydney, all those things, right? So, again, I'm excited to see that we got potentially, until it's confirmed, it's not confirmed. This could just be some random actress that's saying something, or it's just somebody, familiar with Kevin that's just going to go check out the set. Who knows? It could be a million things. But chances are she's probably in the film in some capacity. I don't imagine it's going to be a big role. So either she's killed, or she's like a little cameo character or something, which my guess is if she was a cameo character, she probably would have, she probably would have been announced, right? Like, or it would have been somebody bigger. No offense to Chloe, but, like, usually that's how it goes, right? Samara Weaving, things like that. The opening scene, could she maybe be the opening scene kill? That could be kind of interesting. There's ways and approaches to that. As long as she can play the part, as long as she can play the role, like, I'm all for it, right? As long as she can do what she is needed and be convincing in that, whichever capacity, whatever role. Maybe she's, one of the killers or something, and, a surprise killer or something, right? And you just kind of get her in a couple scenes here and there. But time will tell. We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. But I'm excited that, we're getting information, we're getting details, we're seeing Scream 6 in action, starting to film and work towards becoming an actual film. That's exciting. But as always, this is a discussion. Pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? What do you think of Chloe being a part of this upcoming Scream movie? Do you think that it's interesting that because she wasn't announced, that means maybe Patrick Dempsey's back? However you feel. Also, what do you think is gonna be a role. You think it's cameo? You think it's just like a background death character? Again, I feel whatever your thoughts are. Love to hear it either way. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot as we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.